We are here at Cochin International Language Academy and we are going to do a mock OET speaking roleplay.
Good afternoon. You look a little... You have a questioning look on your face. How can I help you?
Nurse, my name is Angamaly. I've just brought in my father for a dialysis procedure. So I'd like a bit of information regarding his condition, that is kidney failure, and about dialysis. So could you please help me with that?
Sure, of course, I'll be happy to. What do you know about either of those things? Like, for example, kidney failure?
I just know that means his kidneys are starting to, stop their functions. That's it. I don't know much about it.
That's exactly it. That's all it is, really. His kidneys perform the job of filtering impurities from his blood, and when they stop doing that, that's called kidney failure. And what that means is that the impurities continue to increase in his blood, because normally in a healthy person, the kidneys filter those impurities and eventually we pass them out in urine.
So what about dialysis then?
So do you know anything about dialysis? No. So dialysis is essentially a machine that does the job of his kidneys. So do you know anything about how it works?
No, I don't.
No?
I don't
So let me try and explain that as simply as I can. So essentially what happens is blood is taken out of his arm usually and pumped through the machine. The machine purifies the blood and it is then put back into the patient's body.
I see. But my father was asked to come for the treatment 3 times a week. And why is that?
How old is your father?
He's 81 years old.
So that would explain partly why it's 3 times a week, because of his age. But also that would be why, that would be how much the doctors determined he will need in order to get his blood purified. It depends on the extent of his kidney failure.
Oh, okay. And will the treatment improve his current condition?
Sadly, no. Kidney failure is usually a permanent situation, and it's very unlikely that will improve. So if he requires dialysis 3 times a week now, that is likely to continue for the rest of his life.
I would like to know whether this treatment, is it painful and does it have any kind of side effects?
So there will be a little bit of pain initially when the incision is made to create the opening, but once that is healed, there shouldn't be.
Okay.
But even that initial pain can be controlled with medication. And yes, every time your father goes through a dialysis session, he could experience some side effects. For example, some people experience fatigue, some people have low blood pressure, and some have muscle cramps.
Okay.
Yeah.
And along with that, one more thing I'd like to ask is, he's 81 years old and he's, as you mentioned, because of the side effects, he's feeling very tired and things like that. So what if he decides in the future, to stop the treatment? Will that be dangerous for him?
Yes, there would be. I'm glad you brought that up, because what that will do is essentially cause his condition to get worse. There will be other complications, because if you think about it, the impurities in his blood will just keep getting higher and higher, and that'll cause all sorts of other complications. So it's much better that if he wants to maintain the sort of lifestyle he has currently, to undergo dialysis as often as the doctor has recommended.
Okay, all right. So thank you, nurse. Thank you for explaining, and you have been really helpful.
So you have no other questions?
No, I don't think so. I just wanted to know more about his situation. That's it, and you helped me out. Thank you.
Very good. I'm glad I could help.